What's up, everybody? It's the Swinging Bull here, joined by Mr. SLP for Power Hour Live. We do this every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Go over some of the plays of the week, some of the important news that was released this week by the Feds, economic data, that kinds of thing. How you doing today, Mr. SLP? And happy Friday.
Happy Friday, man. That's what I was going to say. It's Friday. We got to the end of the week, right? So we're all happy campers now. We're all getting prepared to have a good weekend, solid weekend, rolling around in those profits, huh?
Yeah, I love it. Lots of great alerts alerted in the premium section this week by all the shot callers. James Legends, option shot caller. Amy, option shot caller. Taylor alerted some great spreads. You alerted some fantastic plays on some ETFs. We're just killing it.
So did you, man. I mean, you're around too, helping out.
Oh yeah, always. So look at this beautiful heat map here. Isn't that pretty?
So nice and green. I don't remember the time that I last saw this so green.
Yeah, with it like all green like this. Even energy was green. You know, we got the market in general running with energy, and basic materials was green. Everything seems to be bullish today, with the exception of some smaller some stocks that were down a little bit, like Dollar General was down a little bit, and what the data that was released this morning to kind of cause all of this, looking at the economic calendar right now on Market Watch, and we had the retail sales data was released this morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Little bit of a surprise there. The last report for retail sales for the month that was released last month came in negative 0.1% was the last report. So retail sales were kind of declining there when the data was released last time. The forecast was 0.9% in the positive, ended up being 1%. So a little bit of a surprise there by 1/10%. And that's kind of what's been driving the market today. Which has given investors some hope, that even though inflation's high, but it's very interesting with inflation being high and retail sales are increasing. That's always a good sign in my book. People are still out there spending money.
Yeah, people are out there spending money, right? So that's a good thing. So right now we're going on a high today on that news. So retail sales figures are higher than expected.
Yep.
I mean, Americans are spending. So maybe we're not in a recession at this point. So I mean, to see these kind of numbers, very surprising. And then like the market just took off after those numbers were released.
Yep. I mean, the only thing that was really in the red, and I wouldn't even consider it in the red. I mean, even on barchart.com, it's not even red. They put it as purple because it's not really that red. Utilities was at the bottom, negative 0.1%. Everything else in the positive. Banking sector up quite a bit today. What do you think about that? What do you think about
I mean,
that?
you see all the, well, it was mixed, right? We had a mixed bag. We had a Citigroup that actually came out and topped the estimates that they were given on their estimate. So they topped it. They're up, what was that, 8%? Was that 14?
They're up 14% now.
14.
So
huge move today.
Yeah.
And then you got other banks that obviously reported today, like Wells Fargo. And I believe Wells Fargo wasn't even that great of earnings. But I think they're all just going off of, Citigroup and these bigger banks just flying off today. And I think they're all just following each other.
Kind of going with the trend, with the financial sector
with the trend,
trending
following
up.
each other today. So big moves in the bank. Wells Fargo, the Bank of America, nonstop ripping all day long.
Oh yeah, look at that. Now, Bank of America is up almost 8% there. So the one that I think had the most gain out of the big ones was Citigroup. Yeah, up over 14% now.
That's a huge move right there in just one day on such a big company like that.
Yeah, I mean their market cap is 97 billion market cap, and a 14% move on that size of market cap. You're absolutely right. That's a monster move right there to the upside.
I think it has a little bit more room. I think we hit resistance probably around. I think it's like around 51. I don't know. My charts are a little bit funky right now, but there is some resistance up here if you put a channel all the way down on like the 4-hour chart.
Yep.
So I think we got a little bit more room to go, and I mean, it's not worth chasing into it now. It's worth watching that area of resistance, and if we even get rejected, then we can play it downside. And if we blast right through, we can play it a little bit higher to the upside.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the 1 hour chart, here's this
Yeah.
resistance you're talking about, kind of this level right here, which is right around 51, $52 here. I'll go ahead and mark that out so I have that for future reference. Make that a little brighter red there. Boom. This is what we're looking at here. If we can break that resistance, looks like we got another level here around $54. Go ahead and mark that out here. Bam. Let's make that red again so we know it's resistance to the upside.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
boom, there's our two levels right there.
Obviously it broke this short-term downtrend with some really, really strong volume. So I mean, next week we shall see if it goes any higher and blasts through that resistance, or we start kind of trickling down a little bit, and which is okay too. I mean, we can have a healthy pullback, right?
Right.
Before we go up to the next leg. So I mean, it's been on a rip today. So I think there will be a small pullback before the next leg, if anything.
Yeah, I think so too. And that's just healthy pullbacks. I mean, we actually want to see a pullback, because then that can give us an opportunity to maybe get in for the next leg up, right?
Absolutely.
So what else we got going on today? Let me look at the let's see what was running this morning and see how they held up throughout the day. So we go to pre-market gainers here.
Pookie in here too?
Yeah, it looks like Pookie just joined.
Come on, Pookie. Welcome in, bud.
I was hiding. I had to eat my burger. Couldn't get to eat lunch today.
Let me mute you. Okay, we got it.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
So I saw it. I heard it echo. So I just had to mute you and turn you down in the Discord.
Sorry.
Yeah. So what have you been doing? What have you been up to, man? You've been trading?
No, I wish. I got a couple positions open. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
No, today was a good day for locking in profits and watching, right? We know that the green days are not necessarily few and far between, but they're good opportunities to trade the impulses. So that's all I've been doing for the most part, mostly cash heavy. Got some starter positions on 6 good opportunities, and I'm just waiting to see what the rest of the market does at this point. Mostly just been super busy working on stuff like the website and indicators and stuff. So
nice. Yeah. You're actually making an indicator. That's fantastic, man. I know you got that software engineer background, so you're cooking up something extra special for all of us here.
Yeah, our lifetime members already have access to it. It's in the testing stage,
nice.
So we're getting feedback and stuff, so that's good. But it's
cool.
Going pretty good.
Very nice. Yeah, so I was just looking at some of these pre-market gainers here. We got USEA, which is United Maritime Corporation, and they're up 170% today. Now, this to my knowledge, this was a newer IPO.
It was.
Yep. Yeah, just got IPO'd on July 6th. Had a pretty decent run up. I mean, it looks like it IPO'd at $1, and it went all the way up to $10. Almost did a 100% retracement, and here we are moving up again. So somewhat of a new IPO, new stock being traded here. And, we got to be careful with these because we don't have previous price action to determine, much of any trends and that kind of thing. So let me go ahead and.
Does Amy got a hot mic?
Wow, yeah.
Oh, yes, you did. Of course you did.
Amazing play there.
Kick from the server.
Sure.
We're going to have a huge power hour party here.
Yeah, so for the YouTube people, Amy, one of our premier shot callers, she actually alerted USEA this morning in pre-market, I believe, and ended up running what she said was over 100% gainer on that one. Pretty decent, substantial play and gains to be had on that one. And from the looks of it, looks like quite a few premium members took advantage of that trade as well.
That one held to 50 all day until the last hour.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, even with the EMAs up, we got this yellow line here is the 50. held that beautifully throughout pre-market. I mean, just kept bouncing off of it, kind of, right? And then, I mean, just up until recent, I mean, it just recently broke down below it, and right around 245, so about 30 minutes ago. And but other than that, the whole day, held that 50. Once it got above VWAP, it held that pretty good all day too. So fantastic play there by Amma Jamma in our premium Discord. Lee, you had quite a few fantastic SPY calls today, I noticed.
A few, there's not so many. SPY was just on a rip all day long, so I kind of laid low today. Because if you didn't really get into it at the beginning of the day, it was kind of a bit tougher to get into it. So I was just just relaxing and watching my current plays that I have out there, like Lyft. Lyft is one that has been beaten down for a while now at $12 and change. So this one started moving up today, which is
look at that by Lyft. Yep, up over 6%. Let's look at the bigger time frame of Lyft here. So it's starting to come out of this downtrend a little bit, right?
It hasn't broken out of the downtrend yet, but I mean, we could be there.
Maybe a short term
downtrend. I mean, if you're doing like a 10-day or something like that, then we probably broke that resistance like you showed there.
Yeah, but longer term, like you said, let me draw out the longer term one here.
It's like a broken foot to me.
Yeah, we could just go to the bottom of this.
Italy, you said? Yeah, it's like Italy.
All right, so longer term time frame on Lyft.
That's the one.
Yep. Longer term time frame on Lyft. We're just going to draw our trend line here at the bottom of this gap down. And you're right, it hasn't really broken it, but let me go to the 4 hour. Maybe that's giving us a little bit more. Yeah, it's getting up there. Shorter term time frame, it broke it for a quick trade there. Longer term, we're still below the overall trend. So when we enter these positions, they're just small starter positions if we're playing this long term.
It has a lot of potential. I mean, as long as we get continuation in the next couple of days and we can get over that resistance. I mean, this thing has, I don't know what you think, Pookie, on long term, but I'm thinking longer term.
Yeah, you said they're going to drive to the moon.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, it looks like they're driving to the moon today with that up 6% in one day. Pretty nice. So that's what I thought. It was pretty funny. But I think if we get over that area, maybe like we can get to at least, I think, $15-16 short term.
Oh yeah.
And then where are we looking at there? 20 if we come up to that area where we gap
down. The bottom of the gap down, it's about $22.
I mean, this could be a long term play where you're getting 50% plus on a return on this play. So I love it. I love it where it's at.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm got a nice low average down there. It's rocketing today, obviously, but every day is different. So
every day is different. And I like that they're not in the same kind of mess as Uber. They got this whole leaked paperwork with Uber and different very important people around the world helping them. And there's a lot of leaked paperwork about this and how they were helped and how they were paid to get this help and stuff like this. So there's a lot of bad publicity behind Uber. And I think that also opens the door maybe for Lyft to kind of take over a little bit and push higher and Uber sit back. So I'm hoping that's what we see in the next couple of months.
Yeah, that's what I read is Uber was using some very, very aggressive, borderline,
unethical
tactics to expand their business. So I think, now there's some people taking an even deeper look into what exactly they were doing. And who knows that the future, they might have some more bad news in the future regarding how they got so big so quickly,
And they're always in the news. So many bad publicity in the news with Uber. So I do like Lyft. And I'll be watching this one for that break of that long-term resistance there. So, definitely put this on your watch list. Another one that's just been continuing. And I've also told Pookie to just add it to his special bot, to keep track of it, is a BOIL, B-O-I-L.
Yeah, that was nice today.
This one has just been just a continuation for the past 2 weeks. It's hit that bottom at 38.45 and nonstop. Continuation here, up to $64. We alerted it in our Discord, of course, not at the bottom, so I'm kind of ashamed. but I did alert it at $41. So we got ourselves a good. It's close enough. We got ourselves, 50% plus on that one. And this one's nice. I mean, if you look at it a month ago, I believe it was trading over $100.
That's good stuff.
Right? Wasn't it over a month ago, $100? Let me see.
Well, I'll check it out for you.
140.
Yes.
$140 back in June. June 8th.
That's not too long ago. That's a month ago. So
look at this recovery here. This is beautiful. Look at that.
So as long as it keeps the uptrend and we start just plowing along, we may just start seeing it creep right back up to that $70 range again.
I like plowing.
Yeah, I think it has.
I know you do. You like sledgehammering too, so whatever floats your boat.
We got someone on YouTube. They're here for the PRPL chat. What do you guys think about PRPL?
I love PR. I just locked in some profits on that yesterday.
Oh, very nice.
I think I let Pookie take this one.
Yeah, Pookie, you take this one.
Oh, snap. All right, let me share my screen.
I mean, I have it pulled up, but sure, you can share your screen as well.
Sure. Take over the whole thing, why don't you?
Yeah. Oh,
all right, I gotta go. See y'all later.
No, I can't share it in Discord because I don't want the members having to flip flop between us. So
no worries.
We'll just use yours. Yeah, it's fine. I just got that's just my little account there. Got pulled up, but no, I like PRPL. It's obviously in a downtrend right now. It's got a lot of room to grow if it does. A lot of potential in this company, but what we're seeing here is a weakening of a trend, which is always potential for reversal. It's not a guarantee, so I'm not going heavy into it yet. I'm just trading these little pullbacks. If you look at the daily chart, you can see a series of impulses and corrections, impulses and corrections, impulses and corrections. Usually about 25% of that impulse, like we see about 9 times out of 10. But this thing has a lot of room to gallop, and it's got a lot of potential. So I'm literally just trading the little pullbacks until it's ready to act serious, and then I'll trade it seriously.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is, yes, it's been down here at the bottom, $3-4 range before. But, look at that last run it had, stretching from pretty much the whole year of 2020. If you put in some money in, let's say April of 2020, and just left it there the whole year. Massive gains there. Yeah.
That's kind of how you gotta let the trend dictate the trade, and that's where a lot of people get messed up is they try to impose their will on a trade, and you can't do that with stocks like this.
Right.
Unless you're a short. You just gotta let it breathe, let it do its thing. It'll tell you when to buy and sell. You just have to learn how to listen, and we got a good setup here. So why mess it up? It's good divergence on the daily. We got a gap up top.
Yep, gap right here. Bottom of the gap's about 1460, and potential gap up to $18. That's what Kenny said on YouTube here. He's been eyeing that gap around the $17 area, so we definitely are looking at that as well, Kenny. Good eye there. I'll go ahead and mark this gap, bottom of this gap on my chart, so I have it for later.
Also,
make that red.
Just to cut in real quick, the float's not too bad. It's 40 million. It's got about half of that in restricted shares, so that's a red flag. It's about 22% shorted, which is also another potential red flag, but that's also a potential opportunity. It's not a squeeze though. Not a lot of institutional ownership or insider ownership, so that the fundamental aspects are a little bit weak. The quick ratio is below 1. The current ratio is 1.9, which is good, but they also have earnings coming up in the first half of August, so that'll be the make or break time for this downtrend for us for short term. So I just wanted to kind of cut in and put that out there, because typically when we have earnings, we see a little run up, and that's all we're doing right now. We're just trading the little pullbacks and the little run up into that earnings. That'll be the major volume catalyst, and then we'll just wait and see where it goes after that.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's also the thing. It's like today is great, right? Today it's fantastic. We got some great news, the retail, but we also have more earnings coming. And like I say, if they start cutting their guidance in their earnings, then they can't even meet the guidance that they cut 3 months ago, then we're gonna see more downside in the market overall. So we just got to play day by day at the moment. And today was a great day. I mean, Amajam is down here smiling because she played Tesla again and killed it. Every Friday, it's just like she owns Tesla on Fridays.
I actually just I just put a Tesla spread out. I like Tesla going into earnings. I'm not necessarily bullish on the market, but going into Monday, and we could get a little bit of a pullback. So I wanted to be a little bit cautious when it comes to Tesla. So I did a spread instead. They have earnings the 20th. So that's what I'm playing here. We've got a couple different scenarios going on here, and the longer the trend, the stronger the trend.
You may want to share your screen in Discord too.
Oh, that's right.
Just
Discord.
put
Sorry,
it up
folks.
Put it up next to balls.
You're also muted.
Kenny Dwyer. Thanks for the sub, man.
All right, here we go, guys.
We got info like this every week, so
yes.
Let me lower the volume for Amy.
Welcome everybody in the Discord. I was muted in there. I want to make sure I wasn't echoing.
She's new to our Discord, guys.
I don't think I'm muted on Discord. I am muted.
No,
I said you're new. I said you're new to Discord.
I know. I need to learn. I know. It's terrible. Terrible. So I'm playing. We played a spread for earnings here. We could get a little bit of a pullback Monday, but I set up the spread where even if we pull back to like the 700-ish range, we'll be fine over the next day or two. I think we get a nice IV spike with earnings. It was a good risk reward. It was like $620 with potential 1,500 max profits. So I felt like it was a good mix. Whereas if I was just to get a regular call, we would have spent like $3,600. But I really did want to play something. And so that's what we did. I like Tesla here. Every time Tesla has a nice little push, it's been continuing pretty consistently. So it's high risk, though. I'm playing this literally like a lotto. So, but yeah, I've been having fun playing Tesla.
So there you go. You heard it. High risk, which means we want to use small positions. We want to use minimal risk exposure when the risk is elevated. So that's how we stay successful.
This is a large account play, guys. This is $600, $650 to play. So you shouldn't be touching this type of play if you have an account under, 10, 20,000. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, even. Yeah.
So Amy, that's like $600 per contract is what you're saying?
Yeah, 600. Okay. I did a spread on that, and it was, I think I filled mine at like 620, something like that. It was actually, you know what, whoever's in YouTube, you'll get a nice little free play here. I actually put out the a call debit spread, buy to open to 735, sell to open to 750 for 8.5. I filled for 620.
So 620 per spread there.
Yeah, okay. Yep, 620 per spread, and then with that you got about 140% potential gains. So I think that's a nice risk reward. 620 versus $15. So I like the risk reward, and if you were to buy the call naked, it would be like $3,600 each call. So and much higher downside on that. So
the spread helps reduce the cost, which is good. And still a great gain on that. Wow, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, it's a nice setup. So, and with earnings, that IV spike, that's what I'm looking for too. So.
Oh yeah, especially for debit spread, you kind of want the IV spike, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I think you've definitely earned the name the Tesla Queen. I'm hearing it in all different chat rooms, and I think you're becoming
on Twitter. Just all over Twitter.
Kramer say it.
Twitter stuff.
Kramer even said it. That's bad news.
I mean, I had to put Elon on hold today. I had to put some plays out. I'll talk to him later. Yeah,
he's not very big on boundaries.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the new. He's just too up in my grill, So it's just it has to be what it has to be.
Very neat.
You're about to buy. You're probably going to outbid him on that Twitter soon. So.
Yeah, I wish. He's just trying to get it cheaper. He wants a discounted price. We know that.
Yep.
That's my feeling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Speaking of discounts, I'm going to pull a duck here. Speaking of discounts, we have, just in case anyone is still on the fence about joining us in premium, we do offer a 30% discount. You pretty much take any of our names and add the number 30 after it for a promo code.
My name is Lee.
Yeah, Lee 30. Is it Amma 30 or Amy 30?
Amy.
Yeah. Well, for those who on YouTube that didn't hear Nikki, you can use Nikki 32. And it's pretty cool. And our members, everyone who uses the website, you can join that as a free member as well. We just rolled out a referral program. So if you don't want to pay anything, you can join for free. And on the website, you have referral codes that you can send to your friends and family or people who are interested in stock market. When they join, you get a $5 credit that you can redeem, and you just save up enough of those. You can just buy yourself a month of premium without lifting a finger.
Very nice.
without
There
lifting
you
a
go.
finger, huh?
Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you do it with a mouse, you got to click.
Yeah,
Good
Just
stuff.
one finger though.
Yeah.
Tiffany on YouTube says Tesla Friday with our Tesla Queen. Boom! Let's go.
You know it.
Let's go.
You know that's
What-
Lily, right?
Lee, what'd you short today? I know you had like 4 or 5 short.
I put out a short watch list. I think I played one only out of the short watch list. There's nothing else triggered on my buy orders. So I played Go EV. I played that one this morning on that nice move to the upside, and I shorted that down.
I got GEVO instead the other day.
Yeah, that's right.
You counterpart.
That's right. So I shorted this one at the beginning of the day, and it came down to a low of like 417. So we played it from 445 to 420, I believe I sold it at. So there's a little profit there, but a lot of gains were held today from the big movers pre-market. A lot of them held their gains pretty well. Yeah. So there wasn't too much to short, but I am going. I'm actually making up a screener right now so I can find some longer swings to the downside, and then put out some short swings, so we don't have to get in and out, and there'll probably be less fees on the borrowing as well. So
a lot of people are missing the swings, we've been day trading a lot and not really holding things for a long time, and the day's coming where we're going to be back to swinging full force.
I love swings,
and as soon as we get back to those days, if we keep getting some good economic data released, the retail numbers this morning were fantastic. We get a handful of some important economic data release in the next coming months. Maybe we do turn around, but there's still the fear of recession in the back of everyone's minds. So that's kind of what we're dealing with.
Well, people still have access to credit and money right now. That's why you're seeing that money being used. But when that starts tightening up and credit cards start lowering their allowed amounts or whatever it is, their credit limits, then we're going to probably see a little bit different of a little bit more of a pinch there.
Well, also, interest rates aren't done increasing either.
No. So we got the big interest rate coming, right? I think at least 0.75.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a 1%, but we'll see. It's the last week of July. I can actually. Oh, okay. I'm not sharing my screen, but if you go to the economic calendar, I believe it's the last week of July is when they're going to. Here, I can look it up. That way, we know what day it's coming, right? Let's see here.
That's on a Tuesday, right? Last Tuesday.
Okay, next week. Okay, it's actually the week after the week it's given me here, so might need to wait because this economic calendar on Market Watch, it gives you the previous week, the current week, and next week. So I'll have to wait for next week. I'm sure I can pull it up on a different website and find out exactly what it is. But from what I've heard, it's the last week of January is when that data is going to come out. So expect a lot of volatility last week of July.
For you.
Last week of July. Now, next week, I don't really see. There's obviously some economic data coming out next week, but I don't see anything that's too concerning. We have jobless claims next Thursday, but I'm thinking next week is going to be a great trading week. Maybe the volatility is a little bit less next week. So maybe we see the VIX come down to the low 20s. And we can get some more, a little bit more smoother plays next week. I'm looking forward to next week because we don't have anything big being announced, right? That's, of course, something unexpected doesn't happen with, outside of the U.S. or whatever. But
right, that's on the 26th and 27th, by the way.
26th,
the meeting, and then the minutes are released after.
Yeah, so that's going to be. Last week of July, either on Tuesday or Wednesday. Probably
mark
Wednesday.
Your calendars, guys. So we got Wednesday. The statement comes out on the 27th of July at 2:00, and then we have the press conference with yours truly, Pookie Revenge, at 2:30 p.m.
There we go.
Wait, what?
And we can go over all that data, right?
On a new Fed Reserve. Man,
it'll be me and J Pow just chilling at the podium.
Yeah. Hey, Amy, you want to talk about that Roblox swing that hit for some nice profit?
Oh man, I'll tell you what Roblox is. Hold on, let me pull up the chart.
Great.
Roblox is my new meme stock, and I've been talking about it probably for a good 6 weeks now. Anyone that follows the Discord and the streams knows I have, and I think it's up probably about 250% today. JMFL actually did a day trade for like 300% as well on Roblox. It's one of those charts. Let me flip on like a little longer time frame and make sure I'm sharing my screen in StreamYard here. Okay. Once it gets on the trends are just so strong. Yeah, these trend channels. And actually, this line got pushed down a little bit. I'm sure you guys, anyone who uses TradingView a lot, knows that sometimes these lines will shift on you a little bit. But every bounce, these bounces off these trend lines, even playing the short side, we play the put. This is all charting from playing this, and you could see these days or 2-day periods where it's just incredible pops. And we were hanging out on this bottom trend line, and even in the last 3 days, every single day you get that rip. Yeah. We had the rip it open again today. It dipped, and James alerted calls right at the perfect time.
Yeah, miniature spy.
Yeah, so yes. we're scooping it. We're scooping it off of that trend line, and we're playing it several times by doing that. That's
absolutely.
On confirmation, not just because it's touching the
trend. Right.
Yes,
yes. Well, no, that's what I said. We're playing it off the bounce, off the trend line.
Well, we have the confirmation, and that's Amma Jamma. So
yeah, we need confirmation. When Amy can just tell me to buy it.
We actually had James. We had James Legends today go, I know why you love Roblox so much now. So it's a fun one to play. It's got that volatility, but at the same time, and it's of course the contracts have IIB. You know, you're going to, if you pick the wrong direction and you can't hold on to it, you could get really burned, especially 0 DTE or weeklies. But at the same time, it's such strong moves that once it makes that directional move, it pushes very strong, and it's a very clean move, which is what I like to see. So,
I have a fun fact for you. I have a fun fact for you guys. Okay, so I have the Moo account, and I have options, and I realized that 2 days. I think I told you guys this in the garage. I said that I held those Bank of America calls. I totally forgot about them. I checked them. I had them on Wednesday.
Oh, no.
So I go and check them again today because look at Bank of America. I mean, it's up pretty big today. My Bank of America expires. They expire today, and they're literally up like 500 and something %.
Insane.
Nice. Don't get
I just sold them. I actually had 50 of them. I must have been confident, and I sold them like around 2 hours ago. I think I sold them. But man, and they expired today, so I had some big wins there. The banks gave me the big wins.
I don't know how money,
and they gave me the money.
I think Moo actually switched our accounts, so I'm gonna need that wired over.
Now I have nothing in there. Like it's just clean, ready for next week now. So
that's a good feeling.
Yes, it is a good feeling to have nothing hanging. I mean, I have that Tesla spread, but I've cleaned out a lot of positions this week, or at least scaled down on some. When you get, because like with it's, you kind of have to expect a little pullback before we get a secondary push. In the short-term trend channel, we're kind of hanging out right at the tip top of it. We actually broke out of the stronger trend. I know you guys talked about it a little earlier, but like right in this area here, we could come back and retest this. Like when you get that strong of a push, expect a little pullback before the continuation. You don't want to jump in at that tip top, even if you expect long term some nice continuation, which I do expect with BAC. How long have we been waiting on this one? I thought 34 was the bottom.
One day took it from the bottom of the trend to the top of the trend channel.
Wow, usually it takes longer than that, don't it?
Just trade the volatility. I don't wait.
Exactly.
I bought some JP Morgan puts for next Friday. I bought some 112.
Expecting a pullback,
$112 puts. I put them out on Discord. I'm going to swing those.
Hey Lee, do you have anything for Goldman Sachs next week? They got earnings.
Ooh.
Oh. Speaking of
banks, I'm sure they're running today off of nothing.
Yeah, it's starting to cool off.
Yeah, they're up now they're up 4.5%. They were up a little bit more earlier, but
they pulled right off that support level.
Yeah.
I think all of them come down a little bit Monday. I mean, I got the JP Morgan puts. I'm holding till Monday. And then, like, I don't know, Goldman Sachs, when's the earnings, you say?
I think it's Monday or Tuesday. I know Netflix has theirs, I believe, Tuesday. Let me check my
Netflix was up pretty nicely today.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's quite a few stocks that had a nice little pop.
Yeah, I think if they bring that cheaper subscription plan out for Netflix, it may try to capture those people that they lost.
Yeah, it's
quite possibly.
Yep.
It's on
We
Monday.
got Tesla Wednesday. That's my big watch.
Okay.
And Monday, that's interesting.
What
I
else?
think my bold prediction for next week is that Monday Tesla outperforms the market. That Tesla is more bullish than the SPY. I know it's not part of the SPY, but just in general, I think Tesla outperforms the market with a little bit of an earnings pop. I could be dead wrong on this. You know, I'm never going to guarantee anything, but
Lucky
That kind of a run up to
Yes.
earnings, though, right, Amy? Might get a little run up to earnings there.
I mean,
There's
we're
a lot
looking at
next week.
this Netflix. Yeah, what did you say? There's Lockheed Martin on Tuesday, and that's been Amy's favorite to play as well.
Johnson and
Mhm.
Johnson
So we-
got a $467 billion market cap. That's Tuesday before market open.
Who's that?
Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson.
Halliburton, Hasbro, Interactive Brokers, Ally Financial. We like them.
Ooh. There's going to be some sweet plays in our group next week.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. Who else? I think that's probably the most notable ones. I think that I would be interested in anyway. For Tuesday,
We have to write this down, and then Sunday, Amy, we probably do like that little go over some earnings for next week in that stream for sure.
Yeah.
With
And then we'll have
James Legends.
Absolutely. Well, James Legends on going over he'll be going over a couple of his earning watches Sunday night for sure too on YouTube. So
Tesla and NASDAQ are on Wednesday. United
Tesla.
Airlines Wednesday. It's going to be a busy week next week.
We're coming into earnings season.
Yeah,
this is
it's
like,
gonna be
you
fun.
know,
Our
they
favorite
call
time
it
of year.
like, oh my gosh, I love earnings season. I mean,
And
it's
it's
all, there's
summertime.
always earnings, but you know, I do love for sure earnings season in general. So
Well, this is our time because all the big money's out on vacation. So now we get to play that volatility. And also set up positions in the high potential ones if they fall off for that big resurgence in the fall.
yeah. We also have Snapchat next Thursday. That might be one to look at some opportunities there. Snapchat on Thursday.
Oh, Snapchat, man! If that thing goes any lower, then it's going to claim bankruptcy real soon.
Then you can just buy it. Just buy the whole
Yeah,
company.
you can just buy the whole thing. I think that I would have to check like insider buying if there's anything going on inside of Snap, but I would think that it would. My guess is up, just because he kind of priced into that this earnings, right? Because he came out a month ago or whatever saying that it's going to be a terrible earnings. So I feel like it was already priced in.
There,
Look at the metrics though on that. Like the current ratio is 7.2. It's 66% institutionally owned. Forward PE 22.9. It's got a lot of restricted shares though, but they haven't used them yet. So that's a good sign in my opinion.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, there's been pretty consistent fall off for insider transactions. They only had three.
They've been doing it since IPO. They've been doing it. They're just been selling them. And who hasn't though? I mean, if you look at the CEOs of all these big companies, they've been unloading since the high of the market.
Absolutely.
PayPal. We should have known PayPal. They're unloading in the 300s, 200s. I mean, that's a sign.
Yeah, when the insiders are selling, then something's coming.
I mean, not all the time, but 9 times out of 10, right? If they're selling a lot of shares, I don't mind a couple of hundred shares or a couple of thousand shares, but when they're selling millions, like Mark Zuckerberg with Meta, something's going to happen. And look what happened to Meta; it dumped off. Yeah. So,
I mean, that's one of the things we do in the premium section is we let our members know when we see insider selling or insider buying. You know, as soon as we catch that kind of stuff, you know, we're sharing that with our members and maybe trying to get ahead of the action here.
Yeah,
you know,
we're actually we're developing a bot for that also.
So nice.
Our Discord.
Yes, we
so
are.
It'll be like an alert when there's an insider sell or insider buy. I love that.
Yeah, well, they report typically at the end of the day, so it'll just be a summary. But yeah, once a day, you just get to see the top insider buys and sells. It pulls from the Form 4s and the Schedule 13s. So
yeah,
but as Lee said,
see it. That's when you see it at the end of the day, anyways. Things get updated at the end of the day, so
yeah,
that makes sense.
It's easier to just not go looking on your own, because you're going to see a lot of Schedule 13s out there that are for like 3,000 shares because someone already had a substantial position and they're just slowly selling. So you got to sift through all that and get to the good stuff, and that's what we're here for.
That's why we have you can sift through it for us and just tell us what the deal is.
I
check it every night. I check insider buying and selling every night before I go to bed. You know, I drink a little hot cocoa or whatever, and I sit at my desk and I look at the insider
cocoa. I always thought you were a tea man.
Nah, not tea man.
The Earl Grey.
Man, I used my mom drinks tea. That's nasty. But it was even nastier when I came over to the United States and they decided to have sweet tea or iced tea. That was just nasty.
You're about to start a war.
Some Nest tea? Oh boy.
No iced tea for you?
Definitely ruined it, haven't they?
Amy, tea was already ruined down here.
It's a completely different drink.
Iced tea.
Yeah, you can't expect it to be the same kind of drink as hot tea.
No, absolutely not.
Sorry.
But I do like the insider stuff, and I don't know, like you say with Snap, and I did have a little write up at 3 or 4 in the morning. I was at my desk and I said, let me write up something about Snapchat, and I shared that with our premium members, and like you say, institutionally owned, it's like 69%, something like that, 65%.
That's insane.
They have a lot of cash, and actually their revenue is actually really strong. If you look at their revenue, he's talking all these bad numbers, but their revenue has been pretty strong. And there's a lot of good things, especially at this price. Was that $13 and some change? I think it could go up for earnings.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at year-over-year revenue on Snap, you're absolutely right, Lee. Steady increase in revenue year-over-year. Even the quarterly looks pretty good. A little bit of pullback from Q4 of 2021, but they're still making over $1 billion a quarter, easy. So that's good stuff there. Yeah, here. Thanks for pulling my screen up there, whoever did that. So here's the quarterly, holding steady, but look at the annual year-over-year. I mean, that's just beautiful to see there. So these are the kind of things we look for as far as financials go. Want to make sure the company's revenue is increasing, which is going to show us that there's growth in the company. And these are things we definitely like to look for there. And Snap's been kind of on a wild ride since yesterday, kind of up and down and kind of a little sporadic there.
Volatility.
Yeah, lots of volatility. I mean, we're talking 10% swings multiple times a day here. So lots of volatility on Snap. And that's because also Snap does have earnings next Thursday. So we will keep an eye on Snap for some opportunity.
I did put a little trade idea with Snap out. I mean, we've already played Snap from like the $11s and $12 range up and down several times. Right. But I did put out a little write-up saying, I mean, the upside, the lowest price target for Snapchat from all the analysts, at least 40% upside from here.
Right.
So that is the lowest. So you can imagine the mid and the highest.
I mean, the high is at 67. I mean, according to Webull, the high price target's $67. The average price target's $28, and we're actually a little bit below the low price target of $14. So you're right, Lee. Tons of
I mean, I put out a little trade idea at 5:25 a.m. guys, because I have no life and I'm up all the time. And we care about our members. So I think me and Amy was probably up. I think Pookie was even up. Actually, I didn't.
Yeah, Pookie was up early today. Pookie was up early today.
Yeah.
I know.
Here's the secret.
Anyways,
Lee and I don't sleep.
We don't. I feel like I'm just glued to this thing, and Amy's probably glued to it too. And we're probably too ashamed to say we probably sleep at the desk sometimes.
I used to. Now I wait to come to the desk till like 6 a.m. There has been mornings where I'd get to the desk right away for pre-market, and I'd be like this till like 4 a.m. for sure, falling asleep at the desk. Yes. What do you think of PayPal here? I think this one's interesting. We're waiting for it to break out of this downtrend. I expect it to come back and retest because it did push like 6% today. But I feel like PayPal, and like maybe if we take a bounce at like the $69 to $71 range, that it's time to buy, in my opinion. I know PayPal's had some rough seas lately, but it finally is starting to break out of this. It's been underperforming the market for so long.
We had Prime Day recently.
Yeah.
So there's a little revenue boost.
That's true. Amazon had Fire Sticks for like
level.
Amazon at Fire Sticks for like $14 yesterday. You're crazy, like 70% off. And it's such a smart deal because you're going to sign up for their service if you get the Fire Stick. More than likely, a lot of people will, or you'll at least rent a movie, something. So why not give away the equipment for it? It's smart.
Also, just before, I put out that JP Morgan put, right, and it's already hit target already, and I said it was an overnight swing. So I am gonna hold mine over the weekend. You don't have to, but I'm gonna hold mine at my own risk, guys.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say your banking play is probably already profiting right now.
Already hit target already.
Yeah.
Yes, James Legends.
You gonna come on here?
I know you're sitting there hating me for my AMD put swing, aren't you?
Hey, I didn't do a bullish play. I'm waiting until Monday at the pullback. You better believe next week, guys, I'm loading up on AMD, Nvidia. That's my next. I think we're gonna see strong move.
Take a look.
We've been buying the equity in the low 70s.
Now that doesn't mean to load up now because you're trying to get in ahead of Amy.
Yes, we're waiting. James and I looked at spreads on AMD for like 45 minutes, and I was like, I think this is gonna pull back a little bit. I didn't want to say it. James said it. James like, we should probably wait a day, and I was, yeah, you're right. But I do like the microchip plays, the semiconductor plays, NVIDIA, AMD. TSM had great earnings, lowered their forward guidance a little, but had a very bullish week overall. And AMD is finally, I think, some of these are starting to be a little spicy.
I just bought.
AMD's breaking out of the AMD's breaking out of the Fibonacci extension here. So this looks like maybe up from here. What do you guys think? What's your price target on that, Amy? Like $86?
Yep. I think that we could get a little bit of a pullback. I'm looking to buy. I would prefer to buy under 78, 77, somewhere in that range. But what I liked about AMD is, and like that trend is your friend. We had this long-term trend channel we said, and this is a little weird too. I swear someone moves my lines on me just to mess with me. I don't know what happens here, but you could see we're like popping up to this trend here, and we already had the breakout and then the retest and fell back in our trend. So I feel like the next time we actually break this trend could be the one where we actually get a nice push. We're hanging out right at that end right here. We've been in this trend for a long time here. And that's just interesting to me. I think it's a great setup, but it hasn't broken. We've been talking, you guys mentioned it with Lyft too. It's like we haven't quite broken out of that downtrend, but we could get some nice pops within. Not that we're convinced the market is all of a sudden bullish, but there's some nice moves to be made within a bear market, in my opinion.
No, I was going to say, because I know that you're great at these swings as well, and but I'm going to say that we did put in a premium to add at 73, so
nice.
You have 10% from that add. So
I'm not as good at that bottom.
You're welcome, guys. You're welcome.
Yeah, Lee is the bottom caller.
Yes,
not always. Amy's catching me on that, actually. So
I'm
better
trying.
Watch my back, guys.
I'm trying. So I don't even touch SPY anymore. You're like the king of the SPY calls. I don't even alert it. I moved
just
on.
let Lee have SPY. Let Lee have it.
Actually, next week
on other things.
Next week I'm changing to probably Russell or QQQ. I think there's better.
It's been a while since I've seen an IWM play come out of you.
I think
IWM looks great on the daily. I was watching that today, or looking at that today, actually just a few minutes ago. I think I pulled it up, and it looks like, oh my gosh,
close enough. Tasty. Look at that.
And it looks interesting here. It's got this, it's just hanging out, higher lows. I like to see that. Yep. And everything's wedging. Like in this 4 hour, you could see here that we got the lower highs and the higher lows. Everything's consolidating up, and we're going to get a strong push one way or another. There's no guarantee it's bullish. This market is sketchy though. Like that's one thing. Like we talk about the plays we like, we're adding positions, but we lock profits. If we start to lose these trends and these channels and we'll sell out of the positions. We don't let them go red. So but it is, it's a weird market. We get in where we fit in, and then, we sell when we need to.
I totally agree with that. Yeah, IWM chart. I'm looking at.
We have a question for Lee, or any of you three. Do you guys check option sweeps?
So for those who might be watching and not know what a sweep is when a large block is broken down into smaller ones and they're placed with high frequency. So it's easier to take advantage of the available but low liquidity to get as many contracts as possible, rather than just trying to place one giant block and hoping they get filled. So is that something you typically look for, Lee? I know I like volume. I analyze volume for a living.
I like volume, yeah. I don't typically look for that.
And Pookie, I know a little bit about the option sweeps, and a lot of times is when I do see the sweeps, it's when someone's trying to get out of a big position, which means initially they were bullish, and then you'll see a bearish.
They can't get filled,
So it's usually happens when I see it when someone changes how they feel, whether being bullish or bearish. So if they started a big position and they were bullish, and then all of a sudden they changed their mind and now they're bearish, that's when you see the sweeps come in.
They're really good for when you see traps, right? You see bear trap, bull trap. That's typically when you're going to see those really start to pop off, and then coincidentally, that sometimes is enough to pump the volume up and trigger Momo scanners. So it all depends on the platforms and all that good stuff. But it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. So when you see it, watch them for a while, make notes, see if you can identify it across different equities and stocks or options. Sorry, and So back to Lee. Sorry, it was asked to him specifically.
No, I really don't use that. I'm just playing the chart, to be honest, when I play options, and I don't really look at that so much.
Everything else is kind of secondary.
Am I doing it wrong? Should I be looking at that?
You asking me?
You tell me.
No, I mean,
should I be looking at it? Tell me.
You are a chart, reading expert. Stick to what's working.
I personally view volume and option sweeps and things associated with that as it's like an indicator, right? You don't want to look at that first. Right. You want to look at the potential, the setup, and all that good stuff. Then look at an indicator or some sort of indication that it's time to start looking for a buy. Then
are you looking at that? Are you looking at that when you're day trading SPY though? I don't think so, right? I mean, you're playing the volume on the day, and you're not looking at the sweep so much in the news on the sweeps. You're just looking at the volume and the trend.
Yeah, it's exclusively order book and time and sales. I don't even need the chart half the time.
Yeah,
just like nope. Once I'm in,
we know Pookie. We know you're a wizard. We know.
And do it.
Well, you guys got any final thoughts? It's almost 4 p.m. Eastern. I know everyone's antsy to start enjoying their weekend. SPY still kind of consolidating, trading sideways into the end of the day, holding up real nicely at 1.6% gain for the day on SPY. So I like seeing that. Usually we get a Friday sell-off.
Friday.
Sometimes, and sometimes they do the opposite. Everyone thinks it's going to sell off on Friday, and then it decides to pump. This Friday, for today, it's just been trading sideways since we hit the high a day around lunchtime. SPY hit that 384 high a day around lunchtime, and just been trading sideways for the rest of the day here. So nothing exciting going on as far as ending out the week here for the rest of the day on Friday.
Oh, yes, we do. We've got Crypto Weekend watch list in 6 minutes. We do have something exciting.
Right. I can't forget about that.
Don't get on her bad side.
I mean, come on. We've got crypto.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, everyone. 4 p.m. Crypto Weekend watch list. They'll be going over some favorite cryptos that they like, and always learn something when I watch those, because I'm mainly an equity and option trader, but I have been getting into crypto a lot more and more lately. And of course, we got the fabulous Amy, who was just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to crypto as well. So that's at 4 p.m. Eastern. So in about the next 5 minutes, it'll be the next live stream that's coming on after us. What about you, Lee?
Oh, go ahead.
What about me?
No, I was just going to say, you got anything, any final thoughts?
I do not have any final thoughts. My accounts have been very nice this week, so I'm just taking advantage of profits, and then we go again next week. I mean, it's nothing hard about it, to be honest with you. So just, guys, enjoy the weekend, and roll up those sleeves ready for Monday, because there's earnings coming up, and we're going to play them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, tomorrow's the big earnings week.
You gotta have cash. You gotta be able to trade these things when it's time. So you know, if you're all tied up in bag holding and waiting for things to come back, then maybe that's an opportunity. We can go over your trading plan if you want, help you out, get you back on track, and then we can use small pieces of our portfolio for these earnings trades and make pretty good profits on them.
You want to talk about maybe you know, people that watch on YouTube about maybe about joining us in free Pooks?
Yeah. So there's two ways you can join us, right? You can join us on the website, just pbalerts.com, and then you can join us in our Discord. The link is there at the bottom of the screen. Both are 100% free, no obligation. Just come hang out, get some stock education, get some free alerts. The Discord community obviously has the more social aspect. We don't have like chat set up in the website yet, but we will soon. But the education is there and the alerts are there. So feel free to join us in there. And then when you're ready to join us in premium, we get you that nice fat 30% discount and take it to the next level. And then when you get that, we got the Penny Boys Advanced. So it never stops. You don't stop learning.
Tons of great stuff.
Don't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. I love
Can't
it.
stop, won't stop. I'm jumping off of here because I got to get ready for my stream. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
All
thanks
right,
for
see you
joining,
later.
Amy.
Thank
Enjoy
you
your
for coming.
weekend. All right, she's
all
gone.
right.
We can talk about her now. Oh wait, she's still
No. So yeah, just for the last couple minutes here before we
let's
sign
hang out.
off, got
New highs
the
coming.
SPY chart pulled up. Looks like we are pumping into close here. Looking really good. SPY's up 1.8%. Trying to make a new high a day. If you're looking at my screen, I got the 1 minute chart pulled up. Previous high a day was 384.85. It
pull
is
up that
definitely
15-second chart.
15-second chart. Yeah.
15-second or bust.
But look at this volume coming in at the end here. See all this? That's great. We're getting a nice little pump here. Looks like it's hitting its head on the high a day, so I don't know if we'll see a new high a day. Got about 3 or 4 minutes left until the bell rings for the regular session. Looks like it might want to maybe pull back a little bit, but nice little pump at the end of the day. Might be looking good for Monday. What do you think, Lee?
I am not going. I don't know. I'm not optimistic.
You don't want to put your opinion out there.
I don't want to. We're still finding lower lows or lower highs. Sorry.
The overall picture.
We haven't popped out of the downtrend yet. We're just getting these nice. I mean, I play this volatility all day long. But I'm just not convinced we're not out of danger. We're not out of danger yet. And
that's the same. That's why I'm cash happy right now. It's got little starter buys. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I mean,
but I do like that line. I feel like we could probably hit that line right there, like you say, resistance. What is that? 388, something like that.
Yeah, it's the upper 380s, around that range. It looks like it's where it wants to maybe try and touch next, where it did back here. Last month in June, it retested this trend line here. And this is the overall trend on the daily chart.
So we talk a bit more if we're bullish after we break through that resistance.
Yeah, I mean, ideally we want to break through it, like you said, and maybe retest it and pop back up would be ideal.
Look at Austin over here in the post. Let's share that with everyone.
We got about
a
minute and a half.
What's up,
this is what we got to get through. 4:30.
4:30. Then we're cruising. Yep.
It's like it's 5% away. We're good. We'll be there overnight.
It's kind of like this resistance line we have here. It's right where Austin said, right around this 4:30 mark here. And I'm not even using fancy Fibonacci's or any fancy indicators. I mean, we can just look at this and we know that we need to get above this area here, which is right where Austin said, around 4:30 there. But yeah, like Lee said. Yeah. Okay, we got about a minute till the bell rings. But like Lee said, we get over this trend line, maybe get a little retest, and I'm going with Austin on this. We maybe get a little rally to the 430s. We get past that, and we're cruising.
Yep.
Economic utopia.
Yeah.
All new highs coming up.
Well, Pookie, I appreciate you joining me and Lee today. That was a nice special guest appearance there.
Finally got some time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the bell's going to ring in about 1 minute. If you guys have any options you don't want to hold over the weekend, be sure to close them out now. Now, SPY options do trade until 4:15 Eastern, so you have a little bit of time there. But other than that, this was Power Hour Live with myself, the Swinging Bull. We have Mr. SLP, who joins me every Friday. And then our guest appearance, Mr. Pookie joined us today.
I'm
we
special.
do this, yeah, very
Special
special. And hopefully we'll see you in some more streams in the future. But we do this every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you,
Again,
thank you guys.
we
Show
have the
Amy some
link.
love.
Yeah, if you want to join our free Discord where we give out a lot of free alerts and free information, the link is in the YouTube description. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Ciao.